Hello YouTube, this is Tom Crandall from Gear Mashers, and today we're going to be talking about a super cool product by Rogue. It's called the Rogue Monster Westside Bench, so stay tuned. Alright, so we're back and this is it. This is the Rogue Monster Westside Bench and it is a beast. So why would someone want this bench? Well, if you like to bench a lot, like I do, this is a really awesome piece of equipment. It is sort of limited as far as what you can do on it, but since it does have posts both in the front and the back, and it has lots of holes everywhere, you can add certain accessories to it that could be beneficial for you. While it would look really strange, it would sort of be cool if these posts were even taller, and that would maybe give you some more options as far as accessories to put on here. So let me run down some of the stats on here just to give you an idea of what this bench has. So in between the two posts, the front and the rear, is it's 24 inches. So that allows you, in this case, to have a safety strap, which I'll talk about in a little while. It has 1-inch holes, front and back, and then laser cut numbers, which are really nice. And then on the sides, it has keyholes. And so that's something that Rogue uses on some of their accessories that have keys that go into these keyholes. So essentially, it's just a round hole with a little notch cut out in the bottom. And then it's supposed to provide maybe even more better connection. Anyway, it also comes with some really nice weight pegs. So these have plastic coating on them. These are Monster weight pegs, and I highly recommend these. If you have anything that's in the Monster series or any rack in general that has 1-inch holes on it, definitely if you're looking for weight pegs, look at the Rogue Monster weight pegs, because they're by far, I think, the best weight pegs out on the market right now. They're not like overly priced in my opinion, but they're really good. So here I have, these are all 25-pound bumper plates, and so I was able to put 4 on those. They do sell longer weight pegs. I think these are sort of the mid-length ones. I'm not really sure on that. And then in between here and here is 43 inches, which is pretty typical. Both if this was a squat rack or something like that. In that case, with an Olympic bar, you have plenty of room here. It came with really nice J-cups. These are the Monster Series J-cups. It has UHMW all the way around, so you don't have to worry about your knurl on your bar getting beat up. They're solid, rock solid J-cups. Now, Rogue does sell a higher version of a sandwich J-cup, but these are just fine and they're super solid. On the rackets, or on the rack, on the bench itself, it has holes all the way around it. So if you have some accessory that you wanted to attach, you probably could. The bolts on here are 1 inch, and then I have a landmine down here, which is super nice. And then since this is steel, magnets will attach to it, no problem. So you can have those on there. Just a killer bench. Now, there are other benches that are really nice. Eleiko makes one, Go Strong makes one, even Rogue makes a different type of bench. But this one is it's a beast. So it has 11 gauge steel, which is pretty good, but underneath the bench here is 7 gauge. So that adds a lot of rigidity to the bench. And then this is a Thompson Fat Pad. So from the ground to the top of here is 17.5 inches. You can raise this up if you wanted to, but this is sort of it feels good for me, 17.5 inches off the ground. This Thompson Fat Pad has 4.5 inches of padding on here, and it's just super solid. It's just really nice. So with the safety straps, so I've used the safety bars, safety arms, safety straps. When I bench, I hate the safety poles or rods. because they're exposed metal, they can tear up the knurl on the bar. The safety arms, the ones I have, like I have over here on my Prestera rack, they have UHMW on them, so that doesn't tear up the knurl. But the problem is you have to position them at a certain height in order for them to be safe. And usually when you're on a bench, that height is going to be above your chest. So you're never able to really touch your chest with the safety arms. But with safety straps, since these things bow down, you can position yourself so that your chest is above where it bows, and that way you can touch your chest. Now, the way safety straps work is if you have to bail, you bail out on the high side of the strap. And so what happens then is you can sort of inch your way out of failure. So when I get on here and I'm benching, so we got 135 pounds. And so if I go down now, I can touch my chest and I'm sort of resting on the strap, but not really, and I can press up. But if I fail, I can fail high here, and then I can scoot out and then let the bar roll to the middle of the strap, and I'm good to go. And then what I do is I take the weight off the bar and then put it back on the J-cups. So that's why the 4-post bench setup is really nice, because I'm able to have these safety straps on here. Now, if I didn't have a 4-post bench, in general, I might have a bench with 2 posts with safety arms sticking out. But again, I wouldn't be able to touch my chest with those. It also has, in this case, you can have safety stands on the back. I don't have those hooked up on here, but it does allow you to have those. But when I'm benching by myself, I'm not going to have anybody stand there, so obviously, but in general, I don't have a spotter when I'm benching, just because my wife's doing her thing, whatever, and I'm in here in the garage benching. So for me, this is probably the safest bench out on the market. Sornex has one very similar to this. It has a shorter front post, but essentially the same setup, 24 inches from front to rear. Safety strap has the J-cup with the UHMW on it. So it looks really cool. Theirs is a red version. I don't think Rogue right now makes a different colored version of this yet. They may at some point. But Rogue does have some nice plates on the bottom here that say Rogue in red, which is sort of cool. But all in all, I really like this bench. It is, I don't know, for what you're getting and how much steel you're getting, it retails for $15.50 if you go with a Thompson Fat Pad. If you go with a normal pad, you save $50, but why would you, for $50, definitely go for the Fat Pad. And then obviously, you don't have to go with the strap. You could go with a cheaper version. But again, having the straps, I think, are way better than having safety arms or the safety rods or whatever. And then obviously you could probably go with a cheaper J-cup, but these J-cups are super solid. So if you're gonna go with Monster Series, anything, definitely get like better than going backwards. I don't know if I talked about this, but yeah, underneath the pad itself, they have a 7-gauge spine. So that just adds a little rigidity to it and just makes it super strong. But all in all, this is a really, really good bench. Obviously, this is it. I mean, you're gonna pretty much use this for benching, not much else. As far as moving it around, you're really not gonna move it around. It's over 300 pounds. So it's not gonna move around much. I mean, and even though I have some weights on here, it doesn't go anywhere. I mean, it's super solid. Now, I have found over time as I use this bench, it does tend to move back. Usually if I'm doing heavier weights and I'm smacking the back of the J cup, it will move back on me. But all in all, it's just an amazing bench. Really like it. I did start out with the Westside 2.0 bench, and I really wanted to go with the 3x3 tubing. So I sold that bench and then ended up getting this one and really like it. So if you like benching and you bench by yourself, I would suggest looking at this one or looking at Sornex. I don't think you could go wrong with either. And I don't know, as far as holding their price, you could definitely, since it is a Rogue product, you'll definitely be able to sell it for not more than you bought it for, but it'll probably hold its price. So anyway, thanks so much for watching. Definitely hit that like button and please subscribe. Have a great day.